Welcome to this particular class. I am excited to welcome everyone here. We're going to be talking about how to unlock funds for your startup business. So, if you're here, you're looking for funds to launch your startup, grow your startup, or at any stage of where you are right now with your startup business. Now, let me tell you a bit about myself. My name is Ezine Wukafo, popularly called the Funding Boss. You can see me mostly on Instagram and a few times on Facebook. I am a certified business coach. I help CEOs and founders build profitable and sustainable businesses. This is what I am passionate about and have been doing it for over 10 years. I am presently a senior banker with one of the top banks in Nigeria. So if you want to know the bank, go to my LinkedIn profile and then you find out all about my professional career. But I do have an 8 to 5 job that I am honestly grateful to God for because I get to do what I love. I'm currently the group head of business banking in the bank where I work, right? So I have coached well over 10,000 businesses in the areas of funding and business growth in the past 3 years. I'm a professional grant writer and I've won over $10 million for my business and my clients. Of course, today I'll be sharing more about how I got a $10,000 grant for my business or a $10,000 funding, and I'll tell you how I did it. All right, so please make sure you stick to the end. And I also help businesses come out of toxic debt. Like, this is another thing that I started recently, and eventually I'm going to go big on it because I believe strongly in helping people build clean, free, and build clean, free businesses and be financially free, running businesses that are profitable. I'm the only clarity coach you need when it comes to funding and building profitable businesses, and that is on period. I run if also I'm passionate about empowering children and teenagers, so I run this financial literacy club every summer. It's called Financial Club, putting the fun in the financial literacy. So, yes, that is it about me. Now, let's move straight to what you should expect in this class. Now, we'll be covering six major areas. Number one, understand the different types of startup businesses and know the one that you have. Challenges facing startups whenever they want to raise business more funds, right? And how you can overcome them. Discover over 19 guaranteed funding options for your startup. So please get ready for me and bring your notes, be noting all the points, because one thing about classes like this is at the moment you go for a class, ensure that you are ready to put the thing into practice. Now, we're also going to be telling you how I raised $10,000 for my startup that was still at an idea stage, and then how you can raise the same money for your startup in 30 days. So get ready. If you're ready, I know you are. Stick with me. Let's move. Now, let's cover the basics. We are going to be going through what startups are, the various types of startups rather, and then the challenges startups face. So let's start with the various kinds of startup business that exist. So I categorize them into this. I think this will help me to share more or throw more light on the various types of startup businesses and sort of like break the misconceptions around startups. Because whenever people hear startups, the first thing is, oh, they're talking about tech startup because they're the ones that always raise all these million funds and all of those things. No, not true. We have so many kinds of startups. So number one, of course, the tech startup. These guys use technology and platforms to build solutions and to build businesses. And you find tech startups in any industry. So they are always innovative and using technology to innovate a particular business, a particular industry, or a particular line of a sector or something like that, right? So you have them in fintech, financial technology, you have health tech, you have education tech, ed tech, you have different kinds of tech solutions, you have biotech. And for me, in Funding Square, we are building one for us. It's called Grant Zone. It's going to be a fintech where we are going to be sharing different grant opportunities, and of course we have so much that we are going to be unpacking there. Then we have small business grant. This is small business startup. This is the regular startup, right? Your mom and pop shop, your market, bakery, salon, where most of us fall in, right? So that is a small business startup. We have the lifestyle startup. What this means is that based on what I love doing, like I'm a dancer, I'm a musician, I do yoga, and then based on that, I set up I build a startup around my way of life. So yes, that is also a lifestyle startup. Then big business startup. So you have big businesses, right? They're already doing really well, but for them to keep innovating, you will see them introducing new line of businesses. They are entering and conquering and breaking more grounds. So you can see something like a Pepsi going into something entirely different, maybe buying a company or building a startup around, let's say, juice or something like that. They're not into something that a big businesses always they do that to constantly have different revenue streams that can guarantee their survival. So yes, everybody is in the space. So social and startups, mostly NGOs, not for profits, and civil societies, people that set up foundations that they want to make impact in the society, and most of them are not for profit, right? Then you have specialized startups. These are the ones that are maybe project driven. You want to do something, maybe just for two years, it's just for 3 years. You start it up, it's done, you close it, you move to another thing. So specialized startups, right? So will be now that you have all of these things in mind, let me now take you to the major reasons why startups find it difficult to raise funds. And there are so many of them, but I will focus on these six. Okay. The first is lack of information. Yes. So this I will tie closely with not lack of information and also not believing the information. So you first of all is that you don't know. You will get the information. Somebody somewhere will tell you, oh, they are these they're not giving money here, or these banks they don't give money. You always hear the narrative that banks are not giving money, all these grants they are giving is fake. No, please go ahead and find out for yourself. Go and find the contact people there, the contact center, make the call. The bank you're currently banking with, are they SME friendly? Can you actually get, what do they offer? What are they offering to businesses? What are they offering to startups? Can I build my business here? So you have to always stay on top of information. And there are so many ways to get this information. You have to just make sure that any information you get, subscribe to the people you need to subscribe to, visit and Google, check out any information you get. Don't just discredit it. At least investigate, do your research and do your findings. Don't miss out on opportunities just because you did not bother to check it out. Now, we also have a poor or limited credit history. So it may be that you don't even have any credit history at all. Of course, there are some lenders that will find it difficult because they want to see that at least you have a bit of history. They know if you're well or if you're not. Or poor, maybe you borrowed money and you defaulted, and your credit history or credit check brings out default. That is also a no-no. You will probably find it difficult to get funding. Cash flow challenges. Now, these cash flow challenges means that you are selling, you have your products, you have your services you're selling, but it is not consistent. So nobody wants to put in money in a business that does not have consistent cash flow. So that is extremely important. Lack of collateral, especially for lenders, they want to be sure that you have enough collateral to back up whatever it is that you're doing or the request you're asking for. But another thing is that there are so many lenders that give funds without collateral. Most of them do it using what we call cash flow financing. Okay, they finance based on your cash flow. So they're not financing based on that you have audited financials, you have this one, you have the no, but they are doing it based on the cash flow of your business. All right. Then we also have poor business model and traction. So that means you don't have the right structures, your business is not registered, you have not separated yourself from your business, you don't have a business account, the structure of everything revolves around you. If something happens to you, nothing is moving. So you have poor business model. How do you even make money? It doesn't show how you make money. You don't have the right partners. Nothing is unique about what you're selling. So The business model also throws funders off. The other part about traction is that if you don't have traction, it will be difficult to raise funds. So no matter how amazing your product is, no matter how beautiful your service is, if there is no traction, it will be difficult. Traction basically means you are producing, you are selling, no matter how small. There are people that have bought, people are buying, people are signing up, people are purchasing, people are reading, people are drinking, people are eating, whatever it is you're doing, people are signing up. That shows that your model works. And also not understanding the various funding options that exist, which takes me to the next one, because it is not just when I ask people, what kind of funding do you know? Most of them say, oh, I think grants, okay, I think loans, but no, there are so many of them. And I'll try and spend the next 5 minutes to take you through it. All right. So these are the five major areas. Now, I told you I'm going to share 19 funding options, right? They will fall into each of this one, right? So now we have bootstrapping, self-funding, we have grants, donations, we have business loans, we have crowdfunding, we have angel investment for startups, right? My focus today is on you, the startup. Okay, so let's start with bootstrapping and self-funding. Everything about bootstrapping, self-funding is about you. Does not depend on any external financing. It means that the success of your business and your startup depends on you. Of course, it comes with its own limitation, because even though you won't be parting with equity, it does mean that you may find it limiting. Like, instead of you getting more funding from outside that you'd have gotten with investment, it can limit your growth. All right. So, but then I absolutely love bootstrapping and self funding. This is one of the major things I tell my clients that has start book me for the clarity calls or for any consultation. This is what I break down for them, because bootstrapping depends on you, not on any other person. So I will give you these four major areas. Number one is family and friends. So family and friends mean people around you, your network. And yes, the first question I always get when I talk about this is, what is network? I don't have any network. No, you do. You do. So the thing I want you to think about right now is, number one, look through your phone contacts. Who are the people that I have, right? Number two, all the groups you belong to, WhatsApp, Facebook, Telegram. What do you do there? Church group, mosque group, alumni, class, passports, and business, whatever marketplaces. What do you do? The first thing, and not what I tell people to do, is to make sure you have an amazing pitch. So just something short that will make people, when they see, they be, oh wow, I want to check it out. So always ensure you have it. And when you are there, always put in your best shot. Don't be in the group and just be quiet and watching others. Make sure you are selling, you are active, you're participating, people know you, so that people can trust you. And then when it's time to post, or when they say, okay, the market is open or whatever it is, go ahead. These are free platforms for you. You have a lot, thousands and thousands of places where you can, people that you can potentially reach out to, not to talk of your social media channels or your emails, or people that you know, or people also leveraging the network of others. How many times have you done like a post or a write-up, and then you have 20 friends and you go through them to go and tell them to push this out for you? We don't leverage people, and we have all these people like with us. And yes, when we want to raise money from family and friends, it is not by begging. Everything should be professional with the right contracts and all. Then you also have your personal savings. This is money you have been saving, whether it's from your 8 to 5 or from a business you're doing, but you're saving money to help you build this business that you of your dreams. Then diversifying revenues. So you have started your business and you're wondering, how else can I get this money? How can I raise funds? You diversify your revenue sources. Maybe you have been earning from, let me say, you're baking and you're baking bread, and your bread is like, you sell to market. Maybe you can make it smaller and start selling to children, because, or discover different areas that you can, or different markets, a different way of selling the same product. Like, consider and explore the options, right? Then managing your costs. Not everything you must own. You must not have the build the house. You must, why not consider renting and leasing or sharing? Why not consider outsourcing? Why not look at any way to start lean and run lean, automate processes, look at ways to help you to have a lean structure instead of much. Instagram at a point was doing billions of dollars with only 13 staff. 13. So it's not about the number, but they, of course, they automated a lot of things. They had a lot of technology and platforms helping them to push out their business. So that is about let's now go to grants and donations. These are free money, right? And this is where most of you know Funding Square, because we are publishing premium grants all the time. Now here we have standard grants. This is the normal grants that you apply for. You go out, you see calls for application, calls for proposal, and you apply for your business, for your NGO. You also have fellowship grants. These grants are specific to the CEO. So fellowship usually is to help the CEO become better, to help you train you more in an area. So you have a lot of fellowship grants as well. You also have corporate grants and sponsorships. People always ask, isn't it, is it possible to get money from corporates? Yes. What it means is that consider it as sponsorships. They are CSR. Go ahead and engage the people that you know that fund businesses in your line, in your line, in your area, right? So for instance, you are in education, and you know some organizations that are big in education. Study them, understand them, research them, and then write a proposal that they cannot refuse. This is what I work with my clients to do. I teach them, I do that. And I'm also a funder, so I do read a lot of propositions, I read a lot of proposals from people that does not cut it. You have to first of all be sure that you understand the business, you understand their pain points, and then you go ahead and pitch to them. All right, so that is grant free money. Now let's go to crowdfunding. All right, crowdfunding, as the word crowd, that means that you have crowd. People are gathering to give money to you for your business, right? And there are so many ways you can do it on a using an existing platform like Kickstarter, Niger Fund, Indiegogo. You have different, even FundMe, different GoFundMe. There are so many platforms, existing platforms, serving different purposes, that you can go there, prepare your pitch, write an engaging pitch that will move people, that showcases what you do, and then you go ahead, stay there, and drive your business, right? So the crowdfunding comes in different ways. You have reward based. This is where you will tell the people that are going to give you the funding that, oh, for me, if you give me this, I will give you this in return. So imagine that uh people, you're asking for funding, like it usually comes to a service. So let me assume that I want to do crowdfunding for Grant Zone right now. So what I will do is that for reward base, I will ask the people that will be pay me 1 year subscription of Grant Zone. And then what I would do is that I will give you a 3 month consultation for your startup business consultation, that the worth is close to 300,000 naira. I don't know if you get that. So I am offering you a reward for your donation, for the money you are giving. Then there are people that are doing normal donation. They just like you, just go ahead and ask for money. Ask for money from family and friends, people that know you. There's something I always say, I post it in my page, and I think I'm the one that started it. Like, why not people have the way you have what's this thing called? When you give birth, and you have showers, baby shower, you have bridal shower. Why not have startup shower? Like, I want to start my business, I'm launching my business, have a startup shower, and a gathering where you invite your family and friends to come. You're about to raise 2 million, $10,000, and then you invite them to come, whether digital, online, or physical. But then, hey, you can do totally that. Donations also, that's it. Equity, we do have platforms that they will give you, people can contribute and earn a slice or a portion of your business. Then you have peer to peer. This is between people that just come together to give you money, and then is on a lending basis. That means you pay them back at a point, you pay them interest every quarter, or every annually, as the case may be, right? So that is it about crowdfunding. Let's head over to angel investment. Angel investment, these are high net worth individuals who give cash, who provide capital to startups and early stage companies. So they also offer mentorship, they give you access to their network, they connect you to industry, you leverage them, right? So there are different types of angels here. we have the angel networks. You can also have angels amongst your family, friends, and connections, right? So what this basically means is that for you to find these high net worth individuals, you can find them within networks. So there are angel networks like the one I have, the Lagos Angel Network, African Business Angel, and there's so many of them. You can search out the ones in your country. Cameroon Angel Networks, South Africa, Kenya, India network, or India network in East Africa. So do it region based, do it country based, do it Africa wide. So what you will do as you look for the networks, you then begin to come up with your page, put all the things in place and go ahead and page. You also have your family, friends, and connections. Yes, in your contact, there are people that are high net worth individuals. How do you pitch to them? You don't go to them, you don't go to them and start saying, please, I need this 2 million, give me 2 million. Oh, I want 10,000 dollars. Can you give me? No, of course not. It is a business proposal, but the difference is that you know the person and the person knows you. So take the person out for a lunch, make it a business lunch, and pitch to the person, show the person what the person is gaining, if it's equity, if it's maybe revenue financing, whatever it is that the person will be enjoying as the person signs up with you to get. This is what you will get when you become an angel, or when you do this for us, for this business. Pitch yourself to them, all right, and then you can get your money. The final one I'll be talking about are around business loans. So the first thing people usually say, oh, startups don't get money uh from lenders. Yes, that may be true, but then the major reason is because, like I said when I talked about the challenges, you have cash flow problems, or maybe you are still at an idea stage. Nobody's going to fund an idea. You don't have enough traction, or you are struggling to even maybe you're in an industry that is risky, or your business is not up to 3 years. So people usually tend to struggle when it comes to that. Now, but still there are ways you can do this. So credit cards, for instance, it can be on your personal name, your personal line. So you as a 9 to 5, you can take out credit card on you and use it to start your business. The second thing is invoice discounting. Now, invoice discounting means you have delivered you have supplied goods to a particular organization, and then you want cash they take 30 days to pay back, but then you need cash right now to run your business. The banks will now discount this and give you the money, take out, so that the moment the customer the person that you supply to pays you, the banks will take it and then you move forward. Now, here they are banking or using the credibility of the anchor, the person you are supplying to. So that's how come they can lend to you even though you're a startup. Same thing with for supply chain finance, but this time around I'm looking at it from the sales leg. So now instead of you supplying, you are buying from the company and making sales. So there are organizations that this is distributorship finance also. So organizations that sell, let me say, May and Baker, you are selling their products, you are a major distributor. You can also sign up to start a distributorship business and get funding, whether from May and Baker or from banks. Then you also have equipment finance. Banks sometimes shy away from giving line of credit or just giving cash to businesses, to start up businesses. So what they will prefer is to buy equipment, pay the person. They will ask you to give them your BOQ or your invoices so that they can credit the vendor directly and avoid giving you cash, or making you have access to the money. We also have term loans. These are the regular loans that you pay instrumentally. There are specific startup loans, most times after 1 year of business. Then we also have specialized loans. Like there are some businesses, there are some lenders that lend specifically to startups. They lend to women startup. They lend to different areas because it's specialized. They can also lend to you. So there you go. 19 different ways you can finance your startup or fund your startup. Which one are you going to start? Now, one thing is this: there are two things I always tell people whenever I come to my class. Number one, believe that it is possible. And number two, no shame, shamelessness. Like there's nothing like, oh, I don't think this is not my kind of thing. I don't think no, go ahead. What's the worst that can happen? You will get a no. And once you know you get a no, prepare for it and go ahead. The moment you see that no, we move. The moment I see a no, I move. But imagine that you because of the fear of the no, because of the fear of what people will say, you deny yourself from getting that money, and somebody else will get it and you'll be wondering, what are they even doing? Who do they know? No, go ahead and take that step. Get the information you need and go ahead and make the application. Now let me tell you my story, how I raised $10,000 for a business idea. All right, now let me show you this, primarily through two major areas. The grant, I got a grant, $5,000 for a business idea. In fact, I almost missed out on this grant because I did not want to apply. But then, towards the end of it, I didn't have the time and I felt that I was not ready to launch it, but I still went ahead to pitch. It was just at the nick of time. And out of like over 1,500 people, I was part of the top three winners. The first person won $10,000. I got $5,000, and the third prize was 2,500. The second way I have also raised the $5,000 was through bootstrapping, primarily through monetizing my knowledge, selling information, using digital products and different things to raise the funds I need to build the business I want to build. So yes, those are the two major ways I raised $10,000 for a business idea. And yes, you can too. This was for an idea. Yes, I got a grant for an idea. Yes, it's possible. But then, of course, there are different things and different structures, and what you need to put in place to make sure that that startup is structured well enough that the business model is given and is profitable, is what people will want to bank on. Now let me take you through what next. Right, what next? What do I do, isn't it? Let me now show you how you can raise at least $10,000 in 30 days. Are you with me? Now I would like to introduce you to the fully funded challenge for startup businesses. Yay! So right now I'm going to be launching fully funded challenge for startups. I'll be doing two in a year, one for startup and one for growing businesses. So this time around is for startups, right? So I'll be breaking down every single day for 30 days. You will be all these funding options I've shown you, plus more. Every day I will show you step by step where you will find this funding, who gives it, how you can position yourself to get it, and then what you need to do to start getting each of them. Every single day you get an email, you will get a WhatsApp message, and you will watch a video. We are launching it in June. So all of these things in 30 days, your mind will be, my job for 30 days is to rewire you, to position you. And as you see it, pick one, pick two, you put it into practice, you go ahead and do it, implement, so that you will start seeing the funding that you want, all right, and the funding that you need to grow your business. And for the first time ever since I started funding Square, this is the least amount I have ever done in 3 years. And that is because I'm doing it for startups. The challenge for the growing businesses will not be at this price. But then this is the first time I'm doing it. So I am excited about it. I really want to see as many startups launch that business idea of their dreams, launch the business and scale what they want, they are building and what they're doing. But then you have to join me and go with me on this. This is the fully funded 30-day challenge. It's starting June 1st and will run from June 1st to June 30th, 2024. To participate, that is the link right there. Of course, I'm still going to send it to you. I'll drop it on the WhatsApp. I will send it to you individually. But this is what it will cost you. And it is officially open after this class. So go ahead and sign up. Are you ready? Are you really ready to experience freedom when it comes to funding? Then you have to join this fully funded challenge. But in the meantime, let's head over to our questions and answers and let's deal with it. So drop your comments, drop your questions, and let me answer it for you. All right? Bye for now.